Welcome back everyone to today's second video. We're going to be doing a bit of a different type of video. We're going to be doing a long range forecast from September to January. So this is a bit of a fun video. It's probably not going to verify, but for the first couple of months it's possible that it can be right, but we will see. So make sure you like and subscribe. It does help me a lot to keep doing these videos. So without further ado, we are going to get straight into it. So this is the CFS Midnight Run for September 2024, and let's see what is gonna happen. So for September, we have got high pressure sitting over Canada and to the Canadian side of Greenland. If you didn't already know, the high pressure is the yellow and low pressure is the blue. And the white is a bit of probably low pressure. So we've got high pressure sitting up towards Greenland, Iceland, and over the top of the country towards Scotland. And we're bringing the wind in from an easterly direction. So that's probably going to be, obviously that is definitely resembling what has been happening over the last couple of weeks and what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Okay, now let's have a look what the CFS is going for October. See what we're looking like. So we have got high pressure towards the south over here. Also high pressure just on the Canadian side of Greenland. Low pressure over Scandinavia. We're probably going to be bringing the winds in maybe off the Atlantic, maybe a bit of a northerly, or bring it up from the south. So that's a bit of a different sort of situation. That's probably trying to do that, but trying to do that. So it's a bit of a mix with that one. So that's a bit of a sort of mix. So we don't really know what'll happen with that. It'll be a bit of a mixed October. That will. November's looking like this. So November we've got high pressure sitting over into the south of the country, and we're bringing the wind around from the north. So that'll be a little bit cooler, especially because we're in November. But maybe there could be some cold spells with that. We've got low pressure here, so that is plunging the east side of Europe into the west side of Europe into winter there, and Scandinavia will be freezing up with that. So that will be a very cold winter for most of Europe, but we are just on the edge, unfortunately, so that wouldn't really give us anything very cold or anything like that. Then December, we've got high pressure over Scandinavia, low pressure here, so the Atlantic's not really doing much. We're probably bringing the wind around that region in from an easterly, southeasterly direction, probably in from an easterly direction there. And that'll probably be quite cool, obviously, as there will be some cold air around Scandinavia at that point and over the continent, so it will be very, very cold over there, so we might be getting a bit of a cool December with that. And finally, January is looking like this. January 2025, we've got high pressure over Greenland, so not Greenland, Scandinavia. We might have a couple of cold spells from the east there. But the problem is the Atlantic is very, very strong. The polar vortex ramping up, and the Atlantic winds are mild, and that is not a very nice January there. So that does not look great for January if you're looking for drier, colder, or anything like that. Now, to finish this off with a bang, we're going to go a little bit more into the details by going through the actual CFS run and seeing how that is come up and why them charts are like that. So let's do it now. So we're starting off at the current situation. As we go through into the end of September, the Atlantic starts to ramp up, and we do get more unsettled. After that, we get into October. It looks the same, very unsettled. And then into the end of October, a little bit of a cold spell there, maybe. Into the end of October, we are actually dry, quite dry. And then into the start of November, we actually get a bit of a colder spell coming there. As you can see, colder spell is on the way for that point just there in November. Obviously, it's too far off to actually say, but well, you know, there's a chance. As we go through November, we get the heights going to the north now, and we actually bring in another very strong northerly wind, and that'll be very, very cold. Let's have a look at the upper air temperatures for that. So yeah, very cold upper air temperatures, -5, trying to get down to -10 there. So even though we are in November, we would be getting some snow with that. That looks like a very nice cold spell if you like the cold. And that actually prolonged itself quite a while. And then we actually reintroduced that from the east here into December. And we actually start to look like a bit of a beast from the east situation here. Look over Scandinavia, just how cold it is there. And up towards Christmas Day, we are on the periphery of something extremely cold. Look at the upper air temperatures with that. Wow, wow, wow. I hope this comes off. It probably won't, but still, it's very interesting. Look at that. We've got a beast from the east situation over the continent, and even down to Spain. We've got Spain and Portugal, not Spain and Portugal, getting down towards Spain, and France is in the freezer. All them countries are in the freezer, and we are coming into this with the -10 and -15, 850 HPA temperatures coming into play there. And look at that, as we run on, we do get the -10 temperatures into the country. And let's have a look what happens. So that breaks down from the Atlantic into January. January brings a couple more cold snaps. And as we come up to the end of January, we are a bit more of an unsettled pattern. Not really much cold happening there. And as we go up to the end of the run, we get a cold spell into February. That looks quite cold there. Let's have a look at the upper air temperatures. Yeah, so that is actually quite cold there into February, with all that cold around in the northern hemisphere. And that is how we're finishing off today's video. Once again, don't take that too seriously, as it is quite far into the future. But that's a bit of a fun video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.